Wednesday on CTV. Every week you it's going to be a wild night. Get into the middle. All new. Follow. It all starts only on CTV. Then stream anytime.
Olay's Retinol 24 faced the complicated, and we broke through. Olay's Retinol 24 complex hydrates better than the $100 Retinol 24. Improves brighter skin 24 hours.
Presler injury lawyers are doing their part to slow the spread of COVID-19. Working remotely helps keep clients, staff, and the community safe. We are open, taking on new clients, and here to help. Call 1-800-JUSTICE.
Many of us do believe that it could be seasonal.
Your COVID-19 questions.
All for one and one for all.
Answered live every weekday morning. Mayor John Tory and Dr. Isaac Bogosh. Email your questions to now@cp24.com. Closed captioning of this CP24 program is brought to you in part by Best Buy. Find the tech you need to stay productive and stay connected.
So another cool day and temperatures way below the normal marker. Should be about 17 to 18. We're high of only 7 today. And the rain should stick around till about later this afternoon when we start seeing clearing and a little bit of clearing tonight. But the temperatures going down to -3 for overnight low. Tomorrow will be a drier day with temperatures in the high single digits of 9 degrees. Still below seasonal, but better than today with some sunshine tomorrow as well. And then we warm up a little bit on Wednesday with temperatures at 12. 11 degrees for Thursday, but expect some rain in the afternoon and into the evening. Steady rain as well. 21 degrees for Friday, showers in the morning and a sunshine in the afternoon. So that'll be a great day. 18 degrees for Saturday, which is your normal. Much drier day, and there is a possibility of seeing showers in the afternoon on Saturday. And Sunday, there's a chance of seeing evening showers with temperatures at 19. Today's high about 7 degrees below seasonal and cool with the northerly winds up to about 30 kilometers an hour. Tonight, down to -3. I'm going to send it over to you.
So far, so good if you're traveling along the Don Valley Parkway, top to bottom. No recent trouble spots, no volume delays at this time. At least the rain has dissipated for the most part for this afternoon, and it's a pretty clear drive right now. Here's a look through Eglinton as you head up towards the 401. No recent problems even further down. You're traveling down towards the Gardner Expressway, very light at this time. The Gardner, both directions, into and out of the downtown core. I'm not spotting any recent difficulties. We have a construction set up on the westbound 401, just west of Keele in the collectors. That right lane is closed, but you can see it doesn't seem to be slowing anyone down through this stretch right now. The rest of the 401 very lightly traveled both ways across the city. We just had some construction on the eastbound 401 approaching Highway 25 in Milton with the right lane that was closed off, and that was due to a collision cleanup. So from time to time, it still causes a little bit of a slowdown. I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jen. The American Hockey League has canceled the remainder of its 2020 season. The league held a call with its board of governors on Friday when the final decision was reached. This season will mark the first time since the league was founded in 1936 that the Calder Cup will not be awarded. The AHL suspended its season back on March 5th. And the Marlies say select players will join the Leafs roster if permitted under the NHL's resumption of play protocol. Fans who had tickets to any upcoming games for the season will be contacted by the Marlies and will have the option of a full refund or receiving a credit for next season. It is 2:27 and 6 degrees. This is Toronto's breaking news CP24. The Ford government has provided an update in the province's response to COVID-19. We will have more on this right after the break.
network you choose matters. Get on Bell. Get on Canada's best national network.
If you're a homeowner age 55 or older, chances are your home is appreciated in value, like mine.
If you're 55 or older and own your home, you can access up to 55% of your home's value in tax-free cash. You don't have to sell, and there are no monthly mortgage payments. Call 1-866-596-2447 to get your free, no-obligation guide to a chip reverse mortgage.
Thanks to the chip reverse mortgage, I can pay off my bills, upgrade my home, and have a little extra cash.
Reverse Mortgage has helped thousands of Canadians turn their home into tax-free cash while still owning their home. And there are no monthly mortgage payments.
With a chip reverse mortgage, you keep your home and still have the money to live your retirement life in the home you love.
If you're 55 or older and own your home, call 1-866-596-CHIP. That's 1-866-596-2447 for your free, no-obligation We know these are difficult times, and we're with you, Canada. Our family of locally owned Oakley Tire stores are ready to help when you need us. We know you need to go to the grocery store, the pharmacy, or to your family who need support. We're here to service the vehicles of people who need to get to work to keep our country running. We need to keep police, ambulance, and delivery vehicles on the road, and farmers in the field. Perhaps in no other time has it been more important for all of us to remember it's going to be okay.
The government is looking to extend Ontario's state of emergency until June. We'll have more on this move. Police releasing some details on a major cocaine bust worth nearly $8 million. And it is a cool day in the city and getting cooler tonight. Tomorrow will be slightly warmer with some sunshine. We'll have a look at your full forecast. It is 2:30 and 6 degrees from 299 King Street West. This is breaking news, CP24. Hello, I'm Courtney Gills. The provincial government is moving to extend Ontario's state of emergency. With the current order set to expire tomorrow, Premier Doug Ford will be asking MPPs to approve this extension until June the 2nd during an emergency session of the legislature tomorrow. Only 42 MPPs, or one-third of the legislature, will be in attendance. The opposition will also have an opportunity to question the government about its response to this pandemic.
Until we see a consistent flow of 2 weeks, and we've seen some really positive numbers, but we need consistency for 2 weeks. But to continue moving forward, yes, we're going to have to renew the state of emergency. Once we get through this, that's going to be taken off the table. And once we see the confidence within the system, we see the numbers drop. Consistently, we're crossing our fingers.
June?
Now.
What do you mean, June 2? 2. The number 2. I have to stay here for another month?
That is a slight increase from yesterday's dip in the single-day cases at 294. The total number of cases in Ontario are now at 20,546, including a total of 1,669 deaths and more than 50,000 recoveries. Ontario's Financial Accountability Office has released some dire figures for its spring economic outlook. The FAO projects the province's budget deficit will quadruple now to $41 billion. That is the largest in Ontario's history. The budget watchdog says economic recovery will depend on successfully containing the pandemic and at the pace at which the economy can be safely reopened.
The pandemic and COVID certainly has changed everything. I'm pleased that we made the decision to do a one-year plan and to provide that financial framework, which we did in March. Obviously, we will, by November 15th,
you want this?
No. Part of our commitment. So,
No, I'm gonna eat it later.
The FAO is also projecting the real GDP will decline by around 9% in 2020. Non-essential retailers in Ontario are now allowed to do business again with some restrictions. For more on this, we'll bring in CP24 Chanel Call. That is Chanel.
Some restrictions.
We're live for you at the shops at Don Mills this afternoon. You can see it's a pretty quiet scene here, not a shoppers here, and especially no lineups, we can tell you this is a pretty huge complex, and while most of the shops here are now able to open for business, some of them have chosen not to open. Obviously, staffing is going to be a huge challenge for some of these stores. We can tell you, in terms of shops that do open, they must follow some strict guidelines, including giving customers the option to prepay online or have cashless transactions at the door, not allowing customers to use their own reusable bags or boxes, where possible, stores are asked to load items directly onto the customer's vehicle. Also, retailers asked to ramp up cleaning and disinfecting. Here's more from the mayor, John Tory.
I would say to shoppers, if you really don't need to get something, don't. Because I think at the end of the day, we are still saying it's going to be better if we don't have crowd seats. So I think there will be some people who, want to support their local retailer, and I think that's great. And I think if they sort of call ahead or online, go ahead and order a shirt and go pick it up, I suppose that's okay. But I think if people really don't need anything, and a lot of people have been ordering online, then don't.
Also know for a full list of which shops here at the Shops at Don Mills are open, you can head to their website. But for folks who are ordering something and hoping to come down here to pick up, the Shops at Don Mills encouraging shoppers to phone the individual retailer or email them to make sure they're open, because of course hours will be different because of the pandemic. For now, it's back to you.
Okay, Chanel Paul reporting. Thank you, Chanel. Many provinces are starting to gradually ease restrictions imposed to limit the spread of COVID-19. So for more on what this looks like throughout the country, reporting on CP24's Kelly Ryan.
Yeah, Courtney, well, things are going to feel a little bit more normal here. Hyde Park has reopened. You can go pick up some stuff at retail stores, curbside. But things are going to return to normal more so in Quebec when it comes to school. Their elementary students being welcomed back to class today. But this is not without controversy. Montreal is now the epicenter of this virus, so schools are not reopening in that city. This applies to all areas outside of Montreal. And I should mention, too, many parents are also holding their kids back, saying it's simply not safe enough, and so attendance is not mandatory. Now, for the kids going into school today, it's going to feel very, very different. Their teachers can be wearing goggles, masks, and gloves. They have to practice physical distancing, tons of hand washing, and they're basically confined to their desks, which have also been disinfected. So Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was asked about how provinces are reopening and the timeline, and he said that if a province is going too fast and is going rogue on this, they will be held to account.
Canadians across the country are looking very carefully at all orders of government and the decisions they make, and will be held to account if reopening happens too quickly and Canadians have to lock down once again in a few weeks because people were overeager to get the economy going. We have to get that balance right, and that means being cautious.
And here's what reopening looks like right across the country. Out west from BC to Manitoba, restaurants and retail, they are reopening, but at half capacity in many cases. In New Brunswick, malls are reopening, elective surgeries are resuming. In Nova Scotia, school is out for the rest of the school year, but people can go to their cottages. The driving range is open, as are provincial parks. And in PEI, lobster fishermen can get out in the southern Gulf of St. Lawrence by the end of this week. That's about 2 weeks behind schedule. Now, the Prime Minister did also say in his address today, quoting, that if we open too early and cases spike again, he could, quote, be sent back into confinement. And that's something that nobody wants to see or hear. Courtney.
Okay, Kelly Linehan reporting. Thank you, Kelly. Here are the latest numbers from across the country. We have had just over 69,000 cases of COVID-19 in Canada, with more than 30,000 recoveries. The death toll has now reached 4,900. The Health Minister, Patty Hajdu, was asked about where Canada is in terms of developing a vaccine.
Certainly we have a ways to go, as you know. There is quite a bit of work to do in the space of vaccine creation and production, but that is certainly something that we're working on, and my colleague, Minister Baines, has been
so much.
extremely active in this space.